A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English because it's so much fun. English education for you and everyone, so come along. Learn some grammar, learn a phrase, learn something new every day. Learn the A+ way. Hey, it's time to start the show. Are you ready? Good, 'cause here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English.
Hi everybody, welcome back to A+ English. I'm Pat.
I'm Elsie.
And today we're on part 2 of our story article about my not-so-perfect life. Now yesterday we found out that our main character Katie, who turned herself into Cat, grew up on a farm. Now we talked a bit yesterday about spending time on farms, so let's carry on that with today's warm-up question. What might be fun or not fun about visiting a farm?
When you visit a farm, you can feed some farm animals.
Yeah.
That will be fun.
Yes.
But they probably have not a pleasant smell.
The smell is there, yes, and you do have to clean up after them and get rid of the amazing, quite astonishing amounts of poo that animals make.
Right, and there might be a lot of bugs.
Not so bad in my experience that I've noticed. One thing that people don't always enjoy is that farm life starts early. If you work on a farm or go and stay on a farm, you won't be allowed to stay in bed late and enjoy a nice lie-in. You have to get up when the sun gets up and start the day's work.
And maybe you need to go to bed earlier.
Yeah, to manage to still get sleep. Yeah. So that's one thing. But yeah, some of it can be fun, going and collecting eggs from the chickens. I milked a goat once. That was kind of fun. It was just a really unusual sort of experience. So there are a lot of different things you can learn and do. But yeah, it can be hard work. You'll have to start early, that kind of stuff. So, is Kat or Katie going to have to go back to her farm? Let's read day 2 of our story and find out.
My not-so-perfect life. Warm-up question. What might be fun or not fun about visiting a farm?
Kat moves back to her family's Somerset farm. She starts going by Katie again. She lets her hair go curly and changes its color to blue. Months pass, but Katie doesn't find a new job. She helps her family set up a fashionable glamping business, Anster's Farm. It does well and gets popular. Soon, Katie gets a surprise. Demeter and her family show up. Demeter doesn't recognize Katie as Kat. Katie sees a chance to get revenge on Demeter. She covers Demeter in mud and rubs a branch on her.
It'll make your skin beautiful,
Katie says. She also makes Demeter clean a horse's feet to experience real farm life.
So part 2 of our article starts and we see that's exactly what happened. Kat moves back to her family's Somerset farm.
那她从在伦敦工作居住，现在搬回去了。She moved back.
And we see she starts going by Katie again.
To go by 代表的是以点点点为人所知，那这个点点点通常都是一个名字。
Yeah, it's like the word call we used yesterday. Other people call you something. What you go by is how you introduce yourself. Hi, I'm Pat. I go by Pat, not Patrick. I could say my mum's name is Anne, but she goes by Annie.
所以人 go by 后面加上他的名字。
Right, and that's not the only change that Kat makes as she goes back to being Katie. She lets her hair go curly, which it was before, and changes its color to blue.
Okay. Did she used to have blue color?
I don't think so. Maybe she just wants another kind of new change for her.
那这里看到实义动词 let， 好，它的重点是什么呢？我们先进到 Magic Box 听讲师讲解咯。
Magic Box. 阿嬷，我
下嘎了耶！观众朋友们，广众又回来了。有没有觉得刚刚那个台词有点熟悉呢？没错，我所出演的电视剧，大家有没有看呢？是不是对广众我在剧中阿嘎这个角色刮目相看 ？Do I make you laugh？ 我也不晓得，其实呢，我有演戏的天分耶！我要特别谢谢导演给我这个机会哦。The director let me play this role. Thank you so much. Yeah. 好啦，其实呢，这真的是广众人生的一大挑战哎。除了唱歌，我都没有想过我还能试试看演戏呢。其中呢，要感谢太多人促使这件事情发生哦。没错，这也是我们今天要讲的重点哦。促使某人，让某人做某事，使某事情发生。我们常常会用到以下这3个字哦 ：that, make, have。它们呢也称作使役动词，虽然呢看似一样，不过呢语义上还是有一些差异哦。我们先从 let 说起好了，还记得我一开始说的 The director let me play this role。是的，真的是必须非常的感谢导演，是他给我这个机会，导演呢让我能演出这个角色。let 后面记得要接上的是原形动词哦。Let 呢比较有像是表达允许啊或是让的意思，这个呢关于到某人的意愿。接着呢另外一个就是 make 它呢就是有命令或是迫使某人造成啊或是导致某事情发生的意思哦。像我刚刚说的 Do I make you laugh？我有让你笑吗？这个呢就比较属于 make 里面导致的意思哦。这边的导致啊是指主词这个行为呢导致啊受词被动的产生的这个行为的一个情绪哦。那如果呢像以下这样子 The director made me do it， 就反而是在说是导演逼迫我做这件事情的，而就是用到了 make 的迫使某人做某事的意思哦。先说，观众朋友，我只是举例好吗？人家没有逼我，而是给我机会啦。好啦，那最后一种 have 呢，就多用于呢含有命令啊或是要求的时候哦。The director had me take acting classes。导演们呢要求我要上这个表演课。我觉得很合理啦，毕竟呢我是歌手出身嘛，演戏方面呢真的有太多要学习了。希望这次啊花甲的戏没有让大家们失望哦。那使役动词的用法，各位快点学起来吧
！So, some time's going to go by here. We see months pass, but Katie doesn't find a new job.
她回到以前的地方之后，竟然找不到新的工作。So still, she doesn't have any income.
Well, if she's working on her family farm, she's going to get somewhere to live and sleep and food, but she hasn't got her own real money. But she does end up coming up with a great plan, and we see she helps her family set up a fashionable glamping business, Anster's Farm.
那这边看到的 help 后面加上受词之后啊，会加上 to， 再加上一个原形动词。那这个 to 多半都是省略的，代表就是帮助某人做某事。
Yeah, you might say, can you help me move or help me to move house this weekend? I can't move my big desk by myself.
So Katie helps her family set up a business. Set up 这个片语动词呢，代表就是建立设立。
Yeah, you could say some businessmen came together to set up a school for poor kids. Now, this is a fashionable business. We saw that word fashionable yesterday. It's popular. A lot of people are doing this right now. And it's glamping.
Glamping, 豪华露营. So it's not just camping, it's glamping.
Yeah, we have written about this in A+ before. Maybe you guys have read that article. It's glamorous camping. Not just living in a tent in the country, but a fancy kind of place with
AC
and water and something to cook with and comfortable beds. It's that kind of business.
那 business 这个字的意思是什么呢？我们来看一下咯。Business 在课文里面呢，指的是公司或是企业，所以你要开设一家公司， 兴起一个事业，你可以说 set up a business， 那也可以说 set up a company。那当然呢 ，business 也可以指的是生意或是客户，所以做生意啊，你可以用 do 这个动词 do business。那生意人、商人可以说是businessman 或是 businesswoman。那 business 本身还可以当做事情来解释哦，像是你可以说 mind your own business， 那就是少管闲事，管好你自己的事情就好了。那单字例句给的是My uncle's business sells beds and sofas。我叔叔的公司卖的是床和沙发。
And here's another example. My friend had a t-shirt business. He could make and print t-shirts for people.So she's helping her family set up this glamping business. They've got this farmland, so they use it for like cool places and people come to stay there and maybe they experience the farm, but it can be really comfortable and fancy. And we see it, this business, does well and gets popular.
生意很顺利，而且受到欢迎。
Now soon, the article says, Katie gets a surprise.Demeter and her family show up.
Oh, wow, that's a surprise indeed.
It is indeed.
Surprise 这个字呢，这边是当名词用哦，什么意思呢？我们来看一下吧。Surprise 这个名词呢，代表的是惊奇或是惊讶。那某人得到一个惊喜，或是有一件惊讶的事情发生了，你可以说 somebody gets a surprise。那你要给某人惊喜，搭配的就是 give 这个动作。Give somebody a surprise. So for example, I want to give Laura a surprise on her birthday. 我希望在她生日的那一天给她一个惊喜。那当然 surprise 也可以当动词用哦，代表就是使某人惊喜或是惊讶。像是呢 The news really surprised me， 代表消息真的让我很惊讶。那形容词也是 surprised， 代表感到惊讶的。令人惊讶的你可以用 surprising。那单字例句给的是呢 On Mother's Day, Brian gave his mom a surprise by making her a cake. 母亲节当天Brian 做了一个蛋糕给他妈妈惊喜。
Or you could say, what a surprise! My brother just told me he's getting married.
Wow, congratulations.
So Katie's surprise is that Demeter, her old boss, and her family are coming to stay here. But we see Demeter doesn't recognize Katie as Cat.
Recognize A as B， 那就是将 A 认成 B， 所以他是不认得他的。
Yeah, she doesn't look at this girl on the farm with blue curly hair and think, I know you, you are that straight-haired girl called Cat who worked for me once. You might say, my old classmate has long hair and is a lot thinner now. I didn't recognize him as my classmate.So Katie goes, aha, and we see Katie sees a chance to get revenge on Demeter. Remember, Demeter fired her and didn't treat her nicely.
She was not nice, 所以这边要来报仇一下。那这个名词 revenge 指的就是报仇或是报复。那搭配动词可以是 get a revenge on somebody.
Yeah, you can also say, I will have my revenge. It's basically getting somebody back for a thing they've done to you. So you might say, my friend played a trick on me and poured water on my head.I have to get my revenge.
就是我要去报仇。
But what is Katie's revenge? We see she covers Demeter in mud and rubs a branch on her.
Wow.
Maybe she was saying, oh, this is going to be good for your skin.
那这边看到这个动词 rub, R-U-B 什么意思呢？ Let's find out.Rub 这个动词当作搓揉或是摩擦来解释，像是很冷的时候 you'll rub your hands， 你会摩擦你的双手生热。那或者是眼睛痒的时候 you'll rub your eyes， 鼻子痒的时候 you'll rub your nose。那像我的猫呢，它会过来蹭我的腿，所以我可以说 My cat sometimes rubs against my legs。那单字例句给的是呢 Jonas rubbed his head with his fingers because he had a headache. Jonas 的头在痛，所以他用手指揉了揉头部。
We could also tell you it's possible to rub two sticks together to make fire, but it's very hard. So why is Katie doing this? Why is she covering her old boss in mud and rubbing her with a branch? Well, I actually got it right. We see, it'll make your skin beautiful, Katie says, in that country voice.
对啊 Katie 就边说这个会让你的皮肤变漂亮，再多磨一下。
Yeah, and that's not the only thing Katie does to Demeter. We see she also makes Demeter clean a horse's feet to experience real farm life.
那今天我们看到了第2个实义动词就是 make 这个字，一样加上受词之后加上原形动词。那再来还有一个动词是 clean， 什么意思呢？我们来看一下吧。Clean 这个动词代表是清洗或是把点点点弄干净。那我们可以清理什么东西呢？像是 clean the house 清理房子， clean the kitchen 清理厨房 or clean the room 清理房间。So do you clean your room？ 你清理你自己的房间吗？ How often do you do it？ 你是多久清理一次呢？那另外clean 也可以是形容词代表干净的，像是呢 a clean towel 那就是一条干净的毛巾。单字例句给的是 Mom asked me to clean the floor.So I filled the bucket with water and got a mop. 妈妈要我打扫地板，所以我就把桶子装满水，然后拿了一个拖把。
Or you could say, we cleaned the whole house before Chinese New Year. And yeah, a horse, they have those shoes, the horseshoes on, but they do need to be clean because if you take them off, you'll see there's mud, poop, old food, bits of plant, and they get really stinky if you leave them too long. And if that stays too long, the horse could get a bad leg. It could get an infection. So it's really important to clean the horse's feet in that way. And it's not always a pleasant job. I'm sure Demeter doesn't enjoy the hard work, the smell.
She has to do it right now.
Yeah, that's the experience of being on a farm. So it looks like Katie is getting her revenge for Demeter firing her. And that's where we're going to leave these two, as we're now going to go to today's review time activity, and we'll find out what happens in the rest of the story tomorrow.
Review time!
So we have an interesting set of word power words today because they can all have a couple of slightly different meanings or uses. So let's review some. We looked at the word business to mean a company, right?
公司行号。
But business could also mean somebody's like concern. You might say, hey, that's none of your business. Like, don't talk about it, don't ask about it. It's nothing that you need to worry about.
Right, or mind your own business.
Exactly, like don't ask those questions, don't be nosy. Now, surprise was another one, and that's a bit simpler. Obviously, we used it as a noun. What a surprise. You can use it as a verb. I surprised somebody.
Right.
Okay, and it can be a modifier before another noun. A surprise party.
就是令人惊讶、惊喜的派对。
Okay, then we've got the word clean. Clean is obvious as a verb to make something nice, to stop it being dirty or messy. But we've also got the adjective. This is a clean room. My desk is clean. But there is another meaning, okay? If somebody is clean, we could mean they are not carrying a weapon. They won't harm you, or they are okay to come in here. You might see that in movies when the government agents search someone, say, he's clean, let him through.
Okay, he's clean 不是代表他身体很干净，代表他没有武器。 He's not armed.
Something like that. Or this guy is not holding anything dangerous. This guy doesn't have any secrets. We've checked him. He's clean. Pass him through. Then we have the word rub. We used it as a verb to rub something on somebody. But it could also be a noun, and we might often use that with a body part, like, oh, I need a back rub.
要按摩了 like a massage, right?
Exactly. That, as a noun, it means like a massage. You say, I need a foot rub, something like that. I've been walking all day, I've been hiking, so now I'm going to go to a place and get a nice long foot rub. Something like that. So you can see that words in English often have two different meanings, or three or more, depending on how we use them, what we use them to mean. Okay, that's all the time we've got for today. But join us again tomorrow to see what happens with Katie and Demeter and Katie's not so perfect life. Bye for now.
Bye.
My not so perfect life. Warm-up question. What might be fun or not fun about visiting a farm?
Kat moves back to her family's Somerset farm. She starts going by Katie again. She lets her hair go curly and changes its color to blue. Months pass, but Katie doesn't find a new job. She helps her family set up a fashionable glamping business, Anster's Farm. It does well and gets popular. Soon, Katie gets a surprise. Demeter and her family show up. Demeter doesn't recognize Katie as Kat. Katie sees a chance to get revenge on Demeter. She covers Demeter in mud and rubs a branch on her.
It'll make your skin beautiful,
Katie says. She also makes Demeter clean a horse's feet to experience real farm life.
Word power.
Business. Business. My uncle's business sells beds and sofas. My uncle's business sells beds and sofas. Surprise. Surprise. On Mother's Day, Brian gave his mom a surprise by making her a cake. On Mother's Day, Brian gave his mom a surprise by making her a cake. Rub. Rub. Jonas rubbed his head with his fingers because he had a headache. Jonas rubbed his head with his fingers because he had a headache. Clean. Clean. Mom asked me to clean the floor, so I filled the bucket with water and got a mop. Mom asked me to clean the floor, so I filled the bucket with water and got a mop.
认识字汇 Glamping. Glamping. Recognize A as B. Recognize A as B. Revenge. Revenge.